What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and today we got to talk about this hodgepodge story going on Sistas. Tyler, you know you tried it, right? Let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So the episode opens up with Zach in custody at this point, and apparently he done got locked up for back child support for a kid that ain't his. Okay, I was it could have been anything as to the reason why he was locked up. But y'all trying to pin a kid like Tyler, really? Really? This what we doing? Mind you, you didn't read the man his rights when you picked him up, right? You ain't tell him what it was for. Ain't nobody tried to serve this man. Mind you, you got to try to serve somebody before you lock them up for back child support. And you got to have a DNA test before you try to lock somebody up for back child support. Now, I do understand. I did read on Twitter and did a little research. In some states, you actually, if it's a period of time that has gone by, and even if the person hasn't signed the birth certificate, you can go after a person for child support. But at the same time, you can't just be that mean anybody could just be running around saying, oh, that's my baby daddy, oh, that's my baby daddy, who that is, my baby daddy. Everybody can't be your baby daddy, okay? And how all of a sudden they just gonna come after him and, oh, but you can get out just for a small fee of $37,000. You know you been lying. Y'all done tried it with this story, okay? And then Jake from State Farm, why you ain't called Fatima? It's the setup that Todd did to break up the bullshit. And that's what it is. Words to from Aunt Bertha. Okay. Moving right along from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Anyway, moving right along. So apparently there's this 3-year-old kid. Mind you, Zach was in jail 3 years ago. So how the hell did he get somebody pregnant unless it was a prison guard? He doesn't even know the woman's name that's apparently the mother of the kid. Okay. And he has to pay this $37,000. Now the bank is closed, so they can't do a wire transfer. So Zach tells Jake from State Farm that he has a safe in his girl's house. First of all, why would you tell somebody that? You don't trust Jake. Why would you tell him you got a safe in her house? Now, mind you, Fatima is a gangster, so it can't. You better not try to run up on her and get no money. That's the first thing. But why would you tell him that you have a safe in Fatima's house? And then Jake, why would you think that he gonna give you the code to his safe? He don't even trust you. Why would you ask for it? And why all of a sudden is it miraculous that he would get out of jail if you give him $37,000? This looks like Jake and Gary trying to get Zach's money. That's what it looked like to me. There's nothing legit about this situation whatsoever. It screams scheme. Okay. This is very unbelievable. I wish Tyler Perry could have wrote this where it was at least believable. You can't just lock somebody up. Mind you, Zach has been to jail, so he has to have an address on file somewhere. Y'all done sent stuff to Karen's house. She would have seen it. He was staying with Danny. Like, I'm sure if somebody was looking for him for some child support, he would have been easily able to be found. And he was working, so he's in the system. So this is a bunch of BS. When that was the reason, I was like, I know you fucking lying, Tyler Perry. You could have did a better job than this. But anyway, moving right along. Jake says he's going to front Zach the money. So there's that. Whatever. Which ain't no money to be fronted because y'all definitely made this up. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. So in the next scene, Andy meets with Danny for dinner, and we all knew what it was for. She's meeting with Danny so Danny can pretty much tell her what she wants to hear. She wants Danny to tell her, and she confirms that. Danny confirmed it too. She was like, oh, you want to meet with me because you want me to tell you to keep all the stuff that Gary gave you. Yeah, But I still think he's not good for you. And I still think that you're going to do whatever the hell you want to do. So it's nothing that anybody can say that's going to stop you. You are going to do whatever you want to do. And you are going to continue to take it and take it and take it from him until you can't take it no more. So the only way to get over somebody is to let them dump on you until you don't want to be dumped on anymore. And that's that on that. And Danny just basically told her the cold hard truth. And she was like, you just want to hear somebody else's opinion besides Karen. Because at this point, I think Karen is like low key kind of hating a little bit too. But at the same token, Andy is not thinking enough about why Gary is doing these things. This is a control mechanism. Gary is not going to change. And it's just not going to be different. I don't know why she thinks it's going to be different. She just wants to enjoy, basically, Andy wants to enjoy all of these gifts that he's given her without guilt. She doesn't want to feel like, oh, oh well, he gave it. She's not the type of chick that's like, oh well, he gave it to me, whatever, that's on him. I don't want him though. Like, it's a lot of cold-hearted chicks that could just be like, oh well, fuck it, I done told you I don't want to be with you, so that's on you if you want to keep buying me stuff. It is what it is. So yeah, Andy, just go ahead and be with Gary, because you know that's what you want to do. And you don't need Danny to tell you. And you done sat up there and gave her your credit card so she can go ahead and run up a check. So what you gonna do? Get Gary to pay for that too? But moving right along, Danny says she thinks Andy still loves Gary, and it's going to be the same old stuff until she gets tired of it, and she isn't tired of it yet. So Andy asks if she thinks so basically they talk about her being with Gary and moving on from that. So then they end up seeing Preston. So Andy ends up leaving, and as she's leaving, she's like, are you going to go talk to him? And Danny is like, good and goddamn well I am. I'm definitely going over there to talk to him. And Andy was like, I don't think you should. But she left. So Danny goes over to Preston, and she said, no, I'm sorry. Before she goes over there, she asked about Preston. She said she's taking time off from it. And then that was when he walked in with the chick in the red dress. Okay. So in the next scene, Maurice comes in the house. Let me just finish that story up with Danny, so we don't got to go back to that. So Danny talks to Preston while he's in there with the girl with the orange dress on, right? And apparently Danny knows this girl. So in a nutshell, apparently it's being alluded to that Zach is hooking Preston up with these chicks, which I don't really think that's the case, because Zach got his own shit going on, and I don't even know how he would even have time to be hooking Preston up with a bunch of chicks, but it is what it is. So as they're talking, Danny is like making fun of him, saying, oh yeah, he talks about cows and stuff, doesn't he, to the chick. And she's like, actually no, we talk about hip-hop music, and he loves music and things like that. And so it just seems like Preston is just turning into a different person with every black chick that he's with. So, or maybe this is just really how he is, and Danny didn't really take the time to get to know him, but she seems to assume his personality. And then he didn't even know that the restaurant that they're at was her favorite restaurant. So it's like they both are playing the guessing game with each other, and she clearly wants to be with him. So I don't even know why she keeps on playing these games. And when she was talking to Andy, she made it seem like she was going to give the airport guy a chance because she thinks he's cute all of a sudden when she saw Preston walk in with the chick. But I just think Danny needs to just stop playing these little games and just go ahead and talk to Preston and move on. So moving right along, in the next scene, Maurice comes in the house and he's upset that Q is in there. Calvin says, well, let's go in the room and get him out of here. I'm gonna help you throw his ass up out of here. And Maurice says, I know you fucking lying, Spinderella. You know what you did in the bank with Jacoby, right? And he imitated the spin move of Calvin getting knocked out by Jacoby. So basically he like, listen, if anybody gonna throw his ass up out of here, it's gonna be me, because I ain't looking to you for no help, okay? Because you gonna snap, crackle, pop, and blow your ass up out of here, because you can't fight, okay? So they go in there, and damn, Q is sitting there naked and look glistening, waiting on Maurice. I guess he gonna give up that ass seat so he can live in the house for free and don't have to pay no cash, okay? So Maurice is tempted by this whole situation. He's like, oh my God, like he is tempted to go ahead and test the chocolate waters, but he still knows that he has to throw him out of here because this is just not a good scenario. And it's not good for him to have Q around. Like, it's basically like you would be an accessory to all of the stuff that Q has done. And this whole thing with Q, I just feel like this is just a whole waste of scenes. Like, we could be moving along with the story with Karen and this baby and all this, that, and the third. I don't want to see Q. Like, this is a waste of time. This whole story with Q is literally a waste of time. I feel like they need to develop Maurice into the whole fold with the sisters a little bit different, like a lot different. They can add him and we can get to know his story in different ways. Q is just a waste of space and a waste of lines, okay? Because he doesn't need to be here. He's bad news for Maurice. Like, this whole him giving him his address, this is just not realistic and it's stupid. So I'm just ready to just go ahead and get rid of Q already because it's a waste of space and a waste of my damn time. And I feel like this whole scene right here was just a waste. And y'all should have replaced this with Karen being at the damn doctor checking to see if she actually pregnant. Okay. So anyway, they end up, doing a whole song and dance back and forth, getting him out. And Maurice plays like he taking a damn shower so Q could leave. Calvin, seals the deal with kicking him out. And Q, as he's going out, want to play the woe is me game. Like, I had a hard life and all this, that, and the third. And Calvin was like, that's not no excuse to be robbing and stealing from people. And blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. Q leaves. And that's it. So next scene, Pam tells Karen there was a warrant for Zach's arrest. And Karen says she's going to Zach's house to tell him. So Pam says, why you going to call and go over his house? Because she calls Zach and she's leaving out to go over his house. And then Pam says, you just want that dick. I'm like, oh my God, Pam. Lord have mercy. But she do want his dick. So this is, so then after this, we go back to Calvin and Q. Calvin says Q is on the steps. He didn't leave. I thought you were taking a shower because Maurice comes out the bathroom fully clothed. Okay. And he says he didn't take a shower, but he had to go in the bathroom so that he could make sure Q was actually going to leave. Then Q starts calling Maurice over and over again on the phone, telling him to let him in. I'm just like, Lord have mercy, Maurice. Let this dude go on about his life. He should have never gave why the fuck would he give the police your address? Like, this don't even make no daggone sense. It's unbelievable. This whole story is just unbelievable. So anyway, moving right along. Danny goes to Sabrina's house and tells her she saw Preston at the restaurant. And Sabrina says, it's weird you all went to dinner to talking about her and Andy, Danny and Andy. And Danny tells her, she basically just wanted me to tell her what she wanted to hear about keeping all the stuff. And Sabrina was like, yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what she wanted to do. And then she starts telling her about Zach hooking Preston up with chicks. And then Danny says she thinks she likes the cop at work and she's going to move on from Preston. And Sabrina says she thinks she's moving on. She's going to move on too from Calvin. And Sabrina says she thinks she was like, you ain't moving on from the panty man, like whatever. But Sabrina's like, yeah, I think it's really time for me to move on. So then Danny texts, she's like, what's the guy's name? The African guy that came into the bank, the Bilal or Ball, I don't know what his damn name is, but it bio. So Danny texts him and she sets up a date with him from Sabrina's phone. And so that she cancels the date with Calvin and then sets up a date with Bio so that they can go out. So in the next scene, Andy gets a call from Robin and they set up a time to go get drinks tomorrow because she can't go get drinks with him tonight because she is obviously hanging out with that stupid ass Gary for the evening. I don't even know what this whole situation is supposed to be with Gary, but whatever. And so Robin picks up on the fact that she's being kind of standoffish with him. And she's like, oh gosh. He's like, oh gosh, what did he do? Like, how did he get back in? Apparently he's gotten back into your head and it's got to be big for him to be getting back in. It's like Robin is kind of reading her. And she's like, you don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, I'll just see you tomorrow or whatever. So then she texts Gary and tells him that she'll meet up with him so that they can talk. So the next thing, Karen is sitting outside of Zach's house and Fatima pulls up. And she says Fatima comes over. She's like, come on in. You want to see Zach? Come on. Like really being open with her. And then Karen is just standing there real angry with an attitude now. Because y'all just had a whole kumbaya sister circle moment just a couple days ago. Now you up here with a stick up your ass again. And, basically Karen just lets it all out and says, all of a sudden in a matter of weeks, he's doing everything with you that he wouldn't do with me for 3 years. And, she's like, I just don't know what is making the difference between him doing this for you and not for me. And here's the thing, Karen, when you belittle a man to death, they are not going to want to do anything for you. Like I get that Karen was there for Zach and she really did a lot for him. However, as you were doing it, you were putting him down, putting him down, putting him down. And my thing is, Black men are put down every single day in society. They don't need to come home and have their women chopping them down to bits too. And Karen just doesn't know how to be a supportive spouse. She's even chopping, she don't even know it, but she's doing the same thing to Aaron, treating him like shit. And he actually is a nice guy. And he keeps coming back for more, like Zach did. At least Zach gave her some pushback, but Aaron is like coming for her and being nice at the same time. And she's still belittling him, treating him like crap. And he's done nothing to her. So she just doesn't know how to treat men. She's just trash, literally. Like, she's the epitome of a woman that doesn't deserve a good guy because she don't even know what to do with him. So you had Zach. I don't even know why she's running after Zach like this. You threw Aaron in his face and kept pushing him away. Now all of a sudden he got money. Now you want to be with him. I don't get the connection. If you didn't want to be with him, you don't want to be with him. Don't try to come back now that he got a little bit of coin and he got another woman. When you had somebody else, you wasn't checking for him. So why all of a sudden you trying to be with him because he got somebody else that's actually treating him right and big upping him and making him become a better person because she's speaking positivity into him? You couldn't do that. So move on. I don't like women like Karen, and they come a dime a dozen. It's a whole lot of women that are very delusional in this world and just really just wreak havoc and controversy. So anyway, Fatima and her have an exchange, and Fatima is trying to be very open-minded, and she says, I understand where you're coming from. My ex is married and doing really well, and but he was terrible with me or whatever. So I get where you're coming from. But Fatima is not the same because Karen treated Zach like shit. I don't know what you treated your ex like, but if you did him the same way you doing Zach, then it was your ex's loss. Zach got out of a bad situation with Karen, and I'm sure he's happy about it. So, and Fatima says, I appreciate your honesty. And Karen was like, what do you want him back? Like, Fatima was like, what you want Zach back? Because, he doing well now or whatever. And she was like, no, I don't want him back. And, Karen says, I have an amazing man that wants to give me the world, and I'm mad over this. And she was like, can you just go get Zach, please? Like, now she being stank towards Fatima. I'm like, girl, I know you fucking lying. You better not be talking to Fatima like that, because I don't think you know who you dealing with. So Fatima goes inside the house, and the contractor lets her know Zach got locked up. So she goes outside to tell Karen that Zach wasn't there. And she comes out kind of in a frenzy. And Karen is looking at her like she's lying for some reason. Like, she gets pissed, like, oh, he don't want to come out here. All of a sudden, she going into stank baby mama mode or whatever, or into stank attitude mode. And my thing is, why would she have to lie? She just was inviting you into the damn house. So why would she come out here and try to cause any issues with you? Get your emotions together, Karen, because this is just really trash and all over the place. So she gets angry and leaves, and Fatima calls Hayden and asks, what did he do? And he says he doesn't know what she's talking about. And then she says, you're dead. Like, she's like, oh, this time you then mother effing tried it, and you're not going to get away with it this time. And I'm pretty sure that this is definitely a scheme from Hayden. But my thing is, I don't even understand Q, Hayden, and who's another worthless character on here? Uh Fuego. All these characters are like, why? Why do we have them? Why do we have them, Tyler? They don't fit in the story. Like, we don't need all these extra characters in this show. Like, it's unbelievable. Real quick, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, like up the video, please. Please like up the video. It only takes you 2 seconds and it helps a sister out. All right, let's get back to the end of this. All right. So Aaron, in the next scene, Aaron calls Karen and lets her know he got her an appointment at the doctor, because he's like, listen, you dragging your daggone feet on going to the doctor, and I got to see what's the goings on. Okay. So he says he'll pick her up for the appointment the next day. And Karen is acting like she has an attitude. And she's like, really just like, why are you even on my phone right now? Why are you even calling me? And I don't even know why she being so stank with him, because you just told him the other day you needed space. But then you were like, oh, but if you want to call me, call me. She's like all over the place with her emotions. And that ain't because of no damn baby. She's just crazy. And it's crazy, deranged, in the words of Martin. I can't get with Karen. It's too much. And the stories is just dumb. I'm just really getting annoyed with Sistas now. Like, this was my favorite show, but now it's just all over the place, and I'm gonna need him to reel it back in, because it's just looking like, somebody said it best on Twitter. It's like a play that's being dragged out. It's like a Tyler Perry play that's being dragged out, and the stories just don't match up. And I need him to reel it back in, because this is kind of getting all over the place now. So anyway, she says she'll go with Aaron to the appointment, but of course she has a damn attitude. So in the last scene, Sabrina meets with Bio at the restaurant. He has this whole spread laid out for her with his favorite wine and all this, that, and the third. And they toast to seeing how the date is going to go. So, of course, Calvin is there. Calvin, you and your panties in a bunch. Y'all are not together, okay? And every 5 minutes, you're pushing Sabrina away if she doesn't act how you think she should act, or she doesn't think that your behavior is kosher. Like, I'm sick of Calvin too. He is just an emotional, panty wearing fool. I'm just sick of him, because it's just it's not realistic for you to find somebody that likes you. That's what you need to do. Stop condemning Sabrina because she doesn't like your type. So I don't like how his character is being written to put Sabrina down because she don't want some dick in the booty old guy. If that's not the type of stuff she likes, that's not what she likes, and she shouldn't be put down for it. If that's not what I want to do in the bedroom, I'm not trying to do that. So you go find somebody that's going to do that, and that's okay. It's okay for you to do that. And yes, your sexuality is going to be questioned because you keep doing questionable things. Like when you lingered in that room a little too long with the chocolate stallion, aka Q. Yeah, we synced you. So you're doing a lot of questionable stuff. You're saying one thing and doing something else. And if that's how you live your life, that's cool. Just be honest about it and live out loud. Sabrina is telling you what she wants and needs, but you're trying to mold her into somebody that she's not. And the character is being made to look like Sabrina's trying to mold him, but that's not the case. It's really him trying to mold Sabrina into something that she isn't. And I really hope that she develops a relationship with Bio. I would hate to see Calvin lose his job, but his character is getting on my nerves too. Honestly, y'all, Sistas is all over the damn place. Tyler, find out if Karen, in this next episode, you better tell us whether Karen really pregnant, and we really better find out who the damn baby daddy is, because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of this. It's dumb. And you better not have Zach broke, because we don't want to see that. We want Zach to prosper. He's gone through enough with Karen accusing him of credit card fraud and everything else. We want to see Zach prosper. Get him out of jail. And stop trying to have people scamming him. In this whole launder money scam with the stock, just be done with it. Let the man enjoy his money and move on. It's enough already. Okay. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Sistas then it's very unbelievable, to say the least. So I don't know. I'm a stick in there. I'm gonna see what's going on with these next couple episodes. But if it's dragging the hell out again, I don't know if I'm gonna have to. I can't keep doing this. Anyway, y'all, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that watches this show too. And please visit healisticthings.com and support my sponsor, because when you support them, you support me and you support your health. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.